let's make our plant-based, incredibly delicious, creamy cashew dip that you can make in any flavor that you like. Hi, I'm Trish and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I hope to earn your subscription today. The first flavor we're going to make is a dill pickle truffle oil one, which is inspired by the spread 'em cashew dips, which you can find at your local grocery stores. So first you're going to add about a cup of cashews. They can be raw or they can be roasted. Then you're just going to cover them with some hot water and let them soak either overnight or just for about half an hour. Once they've been soaking, they're going to soften and almost feel like you can squish them in half. And in fact, you can. So then you're just going to strain out the water. And then you're going to throw in the rest of the ingredients. Next, you're going to add just some plain white vinegar. Toss that on in. Yes. Next, to add in some nice bacterial cultures, throw in a tablespoon or so of your sourdough discard. You'll add in a little bit of fresh water as you need it, so just set that aside for later. Now it's time to choose your flavorings. This time we're going to do the dill and truffle oils. So now we're going to add in some fresh dill, some truffle oil. I use the black truffle oil, and I like to mix up the salts to give it a really nice flavor. So we'll add a little bit of Himalayan pink salt. And then you can add any other specialty salts that you like. I like to add in some Maldon salt and just add a little sprinkle of that in. Then I like to add in some truffle salt. You can add in any salt that you like. It doesn't have to be different types, but I just find this really brings out the flavor so well. You can do this in a blender, but I like to use a handheld blender. And then we just pour in the water as we go. The more you blend it, the creamier it will get. And if you like it really, really creamy and you don't want any chunks at all, then you'll probably want to do it in a high-speed blender. This will leave just a little bit of a texture. This sauce is just so delicious with crackers, and there you are. Add more or less water based on how thick you like your cream to be. You can make this dip as thick or as runny as you like, and it's the absolute perfect treat. The next dip we're going to make is a beet and balsamic creamy cashew dip, and it is incredibly delicious. Just roast a small beet and some garlic. Once roasted, add 3 or 4 cloves of the roasted garlic and the beet with skin removed to a bowl. If you don't want to roast beets yourself, you can also use a beetroot powder. Then add in the soaked cashews, the same as we did for the other types, and about 2 tablespoons of water. Next, add in some sourdough discard for some healthy bacterial cultures. If you'd like to make a sourdough starter and don't know how, please check out my video series here. It'll take you through absolutely everything you need to know. Then add in a little extra virgin olive oil or grapeseed oil, and I like to use the balsamic vinegar of Modena, which I find is a little bit sweeter than regular balsamic vinegar. Then add in your mixture of salts, like I mentioned before, and a little bit of food-grade citric acid. You can optionally throw in a few soaked and drained sunflower seeds. Then I like to use a handheld blender just to blend everything together. You can also use a food processor or a high-speed blender as well. I like mine nice and creamy, so it'll take a few minutes to come together. And isn't it just a gorgeous color? It's perfect to bring to a party to use with crackers or chips or whatever you like. The last flavor we're going to make is a garlic tzatziki, and it is incredibly delicious and completely dairy-free. Start with the same base of your soaked and drained cashews, vinegar, sourdough starter discard, and some roasted garlic. You can basically put in as much roasted garlic or as little as you prefer. The juice of about half of a lemon, the mix of your favorite salts, and a handful of fresh dill. Make sure that you're just putting in the leaves at the end and not the stems. Then just blend it all up with your handheld blender, food processor, or high-speed blender. This will take a little while as you want it to be nice and creamy for it to become similar to its yogurt-containing traditional type. Then you'll add in some white pepper. This is a critical ingredient, but you don't have to put in a lot. Just a little will do great. Then I like to take the seedless end of a cucumber and shred it with the small side of a grater, just so it looks like this. Then you want to squeeze out the excess water by just grabbing onto the cucumber and squeezing it out. You can drink that juice as we're not going to need it for the recipe. Then just throw in that shredded cucumber into your blended dip and mix it all together. And you have the most incredibly delicious garlicky tzatziki that is completely dairy-free. And you can enjoy this dip just like the other three with fresh vegetables, crackers, chips, anything you like. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you soon for some more do-it-yourself videos.